These two front seats is my place to do my job, and I tell you what, enough room as is. When I turn this bus on and we get rolling, I need to ask you guys to please stay seated with all of your hands, arms, and small children inside of my bus at all times. This rule is for your safety, guys. It gets quite bumpy inside out there. I wouldn't want anyone to be launched out of my bus onto the back of an email. Now, guys, if we do not fill up my bus here, you are allowed to spread around to these front seats. Well, we'll do that once we get out in the field. And you're also allowed to feed the animals out here, but please only feed them the food you got from us. That is our carrots, our pellets, and our popcorn. Well, you can feed them however you want. I recommend an open palm like this so you can avoid getting your fingers munched. So please do not drop that food directly off the side of my bus. You guys are also allowed to pet the animals out here, but please do not poke, prod, and most importantly, grab their horns and antlers. Guys, I'm going to explain a little bit more about our horns and antlers when we see our elk and fallow deer. For now, I just want to ask you guys to please be careful to not reach out to touch them. Some of the antlers on our elk and fallow deer are very fragile, and reaching out to grab them will hurt that animal. And also some of them are very, very sharp, and reaching out to grab them will hurt you. Just be very careful when they're up here to not reach out to touch them. Again, guys, I'll explain that when we see them later on. Now, just please don't make a mess here on my bus. If you drop any food on the ground or find any dropped food, feel free to pick that up, feed it to the animals. They will eat it. It's just one less pellet I have to sweep here at the end of the day. If you guys drop anything off of my bus, like a cup, a phone, or a small child, just please don't hesitate to let me know. I get that back to you by my friend here on the Gator. If any of you are feeling unwell at all, just don't hesitate to let me know. I can get you on a one-way express trip right to the nearest first aid room. You go in and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll ask you guys, if you have any questions about anything you see out here, just don't be afraid to ask. Yeah, I go by Spencer, tour guide, and dummy. Be more than glad to answer any of your questions. Guys, it does not look like there's anyone coming up the ramp right now, so I just have one more thing to ask you guys. Who's ready to go see some animals? Let's go see some dogs. Guys, our first stop here on our tour is going to be at our llamas there. But before that, I'm going to drive slowly by while we talk about them. And here on the right of my bus, you'll see our 12-acre North American white-tailed deer enclosure. I do not usually stop here or spend too much time with these guys, because we are all too familiar with them, and we're going 60 down the highway in the middle of the night. But the real reason is because we'll pass this place 2 more times here in our tour. You guys will get plenty of chances to see them.
Let's get it scared.
Wait, come on, baby. Yeah. Come on. Come on, get it. Come on. Hurry up. Come on.
Oh, they do like us.
Alrighty, guys. The first stop here in our tour will be at our llamas. These llamas come from Central and South America, where they're used as pack animals. They can carry around a third of their body weight. That is an impressive 90 pounds. While you're feeding our llamas, you might notice their tongues aren't actually reaching out to grab your food. That's actually because they can't. Their tongues have what's known as an attached tongue. They can't reach more than half of an inch out of their mouth. So to combat this, they have that cool split upper lip. That upper lip kind of acts like fingers at the front of their face. It helps them grab your food, so you guys do not need to worry about getting bit while feeding our llamas.
They don't like them, I touch them, but they won't touch you.
Yeah. But who here on my bus can tell me what a llama will do in self-defense when it feels threatened? It will not spit. That's so gross. And I said that llama will lift his head way up into the sky, tilt its ears back, and reach into one of the 3 chambers in its stomach and projectile vomit. Yeah, because that's so much better. It's a common mythspread that llamas spit. They can't, even if they wanted to. They don't have saliva glands. In case you guys were wondering, that's also true for alpacas and camels. They all projectile vomit. Now I'll give you guys a little bit of extra time here to pen feed our llamas, but if for whatever reason you don't get a chance to, if you have any food left over here from our tour, or pick any of that food off the floor here, you can take that to our petting zoo and feed our alpacas.
Hey, buddy.
Smaller than llamas, but also a little bit softer. Also right next to our petting zoo is our one and only animal. Her name is Buffy.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you guys a little bit more time, about 30 seconds or so before we get moving.
Love it. That's beautiful.
Yeah. It might be full. It's a little later on in the day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they probably they want the
Think all is better.
Baby.
Yeah, that's why you
they on a diet. You on a diet?
Let me get some more.
I should have bought carrots.
I think the llamas usually like the carrots a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Some of the birds, well, actually, some of the birds really only eat the popcorn, but pretty much every other animal will eat everything.
I would have
I
never
think the llamas are just a little picky today. What?
Eating everything.
What? No, we can feed any animal out here.
Everything.
The food to buy was down at this
You're
park.
not even a year old
You
yet.
can't do the popcorn here. Usually I would suggest the
Got
popcorn
my
to
food.
get a lot more
That's
than
it?
$1.
Got my food.
Alrighty guys, well we are going to get moving here. Looks like next up we're going to pull up on that hill in front of us. We're going to see pretty much all of our species of cattle, and eventually guys we're going to meet the world's largest species of donkey.
You gotta feed the birds the popcorn. I might go sit by myself, Grandma. I have more space. So you can have a window. Yeah, I'm gonna have a window seat. I'm gonna put my lollipop behind me.
This thing keep wrapping.
You wanna switch?
Gang,
I'm gonna go back there. No, I can sit by you.
gang.
If you want. If you want to. You can stay there.
Yes.
We gotta sit down.
As usually I don't talk about the giraffes this early, but it looks like all four of them are right in that corner. On the left there you can see our giraffe enclosure. We have 4 male reticulated giraffes here at Lake Tobias. Their names are Bakari, Oliver, Tucker, and Kimba. Yes, we have 1 and 4 giraffing today at the 4 o'clock. So you guys might have enough time to get up there at the end of this tour. You can still go up there and visit them whenever you want.